This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather and Connie Chung.
Good evening. At the O.J. Simpson murder trial today, the first order of business was punishment for the defense for hiding witnesses from the prosecution. Then defense attorney Johnnie Cochran Jr. finally got to finish his opening statement 5 days after he began. Cochran tried to plant seeds of reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury. He portrayed the police investigation as sloppy, saying evidence had been compromised, contaminated, and corrupted. Correspondent Bill Whitaker in Los Angeles has the latest tonight on the Simpson case.
Smooth-talking defense attorney Johnnie Cochran had to eat some of his words today. Judge Lance Ito ruled that Cochran did break the letter and the spirit of the law by hiding the identities of 14 witnesses from prosecutors. In Ito's harsh appraisal, it was intentional and for the purpose of gaining an unfair tactical advantage. Before the jury was seated, Cochran tried to soften Ito's ruling.
Why in the world would we want to withhold witnesses from them that you could possibly preclude down the road? I'm not going to do anything to damage Mr. Simpson.
Judge Ito held firm, ordering the defense to reveal all pertinent witnesses and evidence, including the contents of that mystery envelope. Then he told the jury of defense transgressions.
This was a violation of the law and one of the causes of the 2-day delay.
Court observers say Cochran's polished image was tarnished.
The biggest problem for Johnnie Cochran may not be what the judge said to the jury, but the fact that now Judge Ito realizes he cannot really trust Johnnie Cochran, somebody he knew and admired.
Then a chastened Cochran resumed his long-delayed opening statement. He lit into police for shoddy, even suspicious handling of crucial evidence.
But this evidence that was collected at these various locations that you've just seen was contaminated, compromised, and ultimately corrupted.
He raised a more sinister possibility regarding, among other things, the bloody socks recovered from Simpson's bedroom.
We think this will be a hotly contested item as to whether or not these socks were consciously, intentionally tampered with in an effort, in a rush to judgment, to get evidence on Mr. Simpson.
Cochran says Simpson did not, could not, and would not have committed these murders.
Prosecutors' theory that there's only one murderer is just theory. We expect to introduce evidence to show there was more than one killer.
Now, the jury is out of the courtroom right now. At this time, prosecutors are arguing with Judge Ito, trying to convince him to allow them to reopen their opening statements in light of the violations and misstatements made by the defense. Judge Ito has indicated that he would like to proceed with the first witness. Right now, we're waiting for a decision. Connie?
Thank you, Bill Whitaker in Los Angeles. Dan.
One of the world's best-known history museums, the American treasure known as the Smithsonian Institution, today gave up and gave in. The Smithsonian Institution had been accused of trying to put on an exhibit that was at base anti-American and pro-Japanese. So today it agreed to major changes in its portrayal of one of this century's pivotal events. The exhibit, the U.S. bomber, the Enola Gay. The debate, what to say about the U.S. atomic bombs the bomber dropped on Japan in World War II. Correspondent Wyatt Andrews reports.
The military term for this is unconditional surrender. The Smithsonian had wanted the Enola Gay exhibit to discuss the consequences of atomic war in Japan. Veteran groups had wanted the aircraft commemorated with a simple plaque.
We made a basic error.
Today, the Smithsonian conceded defeat and sued for peace.
I obviously have a number of regrets about this situation. One is that it's gotten in the way of the commemoration of our nation's victory over aggression 50 years ago.
The issue was how to remember the men in the plane that dropped the bomb that ended World War II. Original scripts for the exhibit would have portrayed war in the Pacific as a war of American vengeance. Whole pages of text were devoted to Japanese mortality and questioned America's nuclear dilemma. Veterans groups charged that the museum's curator, Martin Harwitt, was too caught up in political correctness.
Instead of writing a commemorative statement